Hey folks, Jeff here at Back to Country. Thanks for joining us today and watching our video. If you've been following along, then hopefully you saw my last video on installing a drop basket. I think it was from Guide Gear, and well, if you saw the video, you know that in my opinion it was pure junk and we sent it back. Just had too many issues. Well, here we go in round two, and we're trying a different one. This here is the Kolpin, Kolpin drop basket. Now that seems to be a more reputable brand. We ordered it from Amazon. It was a bit more expensive than the other one, but from the pictures at least and everything, it looks like it should be better. We'll see what happens. So first thing we noticed checking out the box, well, says it's heavy. I guess that's good, but as we go and look at the writing on the box, there we have it right there, made in China. Everything seems to be made in China, so who knows, could be the same quality as the other one, but we're sure gonna find out. So let's get this box open, get the pieces unpacked, see how much putting together we got to do, and well, hopefully this one has better quality control than the other one we dealt with. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're off to a good start. If you remember the previous one, you saw that video. It came in a single box, and the cardboard was that cheap, real cheap cardboard that barely holds up through the mail. I had to put a lot of tape on it to get it in shape to ship back to the manufacturer or whoever it was going. Wasn't going to manufacturer, but the seller or whatever. And yeah, this one, the cardboard, the outer box is actually a higher quality of cardboard. It's not, I mean, it didn't receive any damage in the mail. Maybe a little bit of, you know, compression rub, but overall, I mean, it held up, and you know, it's a better quality box than the other one was shipped in. But inside that box, we got another box, and this definitely, you know, right out of the gate, screams higher quality than the other one. First off, you got the company brand and everything on it. Now, I have seen this brand of product at Tractor Supply Company, so this Kolpin brand is a popular name brand for different ATV products, and so, you know, based on that, I'm hoping that this is going to do what we need it to do. The other thing, like I say, the box right out of the gate, you know, higher quality, double packaged for shipping, and you know, just looking at the quality of this box, hey, it's promising. You know, might seem a little weird getting excited about a box, but after going through the last one, this is, you know, definitely an improvement and promising. So let's see, basket weight capacity up to 200 pounds. That seems good. I don't know that I'll put 200 pounds in it, but I guess that's good that it's that strong. Universal design, fits tubular rear racks, composite racks, may require slight modification. We'll see. 1.25 inch space between flat rack and basket allows fitment on machines with vertical rear rack loops. We don't have a loop, we just got a lip. Mounting hardware is included. Drop basket dimensions, 37.5 long by 12 inches wide by 8 inches high. It's got the overall dimensions there. And heavy duty powder coated tubular steel construction, fold down tailgate. So I mean, hey, overall looks good. Okay, now once we get to the inside, it is wrapped again in cardboard. So the other one, when we opened it up, it was all just the metal stuff thrown in there. It wasn't impressive at all. they didn't do anything to protect it during shipping or anything. This one, obviously, much more went into protecting the product during shipping and everything. So, like I say, so far so good. Protective cardboard. Wow, everything's separated, kind of individually wrapped. And this first piece right here, I mean, it's, you know, what I'm going to call Chinesium, pot steel, whatever. It's not real thick, but the way it's built, it is heavy duty. Heavy duty enough for what we're going to be doing. So they definitely wanted this to be somewhat heavy duty, not just cheap. That other one was, man, cheap from the get-go. Let's check out the welds. So the other one, if you remember, it had horrible welds. This one looks like they ground the welds down. Now it's not welded 100%. You can see the bottoms, they kind of miss spots. But I would say it's welded enough that I don't think it's going to be an issue. Alright. Now the package of bolts and everything, it's actually a sealed heavy plastic package. That's actually pretty nice, because the other one, it was just a bag, and the bag was tore up and stuff had actually fallen out of the bag. So was not impressed at all with that. Do not return to the store for missing product or damaged merchandise. Please contact their customer service. So that's good. So if we're missing anything, we can contact their customer service. The other one, of course, didn't have anything like that, but it was just such junk that I don't think I would have wanted to talk to him anyway. So both those are the outside pieces, and overall, I'm happy with the quality of that. Hopefully everything fits up perfect. This must be the tailgate, and again, you know, the welds maybe could have been better. A lot of tack welds along there, but should be sufficient. Every single piece is basically individually wrapped, because there's cardboard in between every piece. Got their logo on there. So the packing, I give them a big thumbs up, because like I say, the other one, it was all just thrown together and it was crap. Look at that. Every single piece has a separate piece of cardboard, basically individually wrapped, and that's our final piece there. So first impression, positive. Very positive first impression. Compared to the other one, there is no comparison, and of course that's why that other one got sent back. So let's get this laid out and start putting it together. Alright, so like I do, I opened up all the parts, lay them out, and the good news is that it comes with an Allen wrench. All of the bolts are the exact same length. These nuts probably go to the mounting hardware to mount it to the four-wheeler, but that looks like all you need to put it together. So once again, that's promising. This is the bottom rail. That looks like it lines up, so we'll start with that. what I'm going to try to do is just kind of put all these pieces together by hand here, not tighten anything up, just hand tighten if possible. Guess I'll have to use the Allen wrench to get them screwed in all the way. But I don't want to like totally tighten it up until everything is together. But just out of the gate, I mean, first thing, everything's looking good. Okay, so we got the rail, the outer rail attaches there, pretty simple. And on the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing. Take 2 bolts, take the outer rail, and attach it to the bottom. That all went together easy enough. This, of course, is the top rail that sits over the back of the four-wheeler. See if we can get this started. Couple more. I'm basically just screwing these in by hand and getting them started. The bottom one, I didn't tighten it, but you know, it's semi-tight, I guess. Okay, so we gotta figure out how this piece goes here. have to actually loosen some of those I put in to get this cross piece to fit into place. It's okay. Just like I say, we didn't tighten anything. So these little pieces, they all have like a raised edge on them, and so you got to figure out how it goes that all those raised edges line up properly, and so it goes to where the finished side is facing outward, not inward. So that's just a matter of looking at it and turning it until the pieces lined up properly. Not a big deal. I mean, overall, this is like simple to put together. And everything is fitting as it should. Anytime something looks like it doesn't fit, that means it's not in the proper position. So we just turned it around and everything's lining up perfect. Now I'm sweating like crazy doing this because it's like 106 degrees right now. Unfortunately, this shop is not yet air conditioned. Someday I hope. We're just not there yet. Okay, I mean, this is going together remarkably easy. Final piece is the tailgate. That is fitting together exactly as it should. And then it's got these nice pins. Go. And that is all put together. All we got to do is tighten up all our bolts now, and once we've got her all tightened up, then we'll start on getting it mounted to the four-wheeler. But I'll tell you what, the quality of this one compared to the other one, it's night and day. Very, very happy so far with this one, how it's going together, everything. Very easy assembly. Everything fits a certain way, and it's easy to tell how. the pieces. You know, if you just pay attention to the end pieces and the little lips and everything, then it goes together perfect. If the lips don't line up, then you got something backwards. It's as simple as that. So, thumbs up there. Let's get all these bolts tightened. Alright, we got everything tightened up. Assembly was simple. We didn't use any tools other than the Allen wrench that was provided. It feels sturdy, heavy duty, and everything. We only have one problem. It will not fit on our particular ATV. So what should happen is this lip right here should fit in the groove and it should hang over. Problem is this bar's in the way. So put it right over the edge. You can see going behind the lip to where it should hang. So now our issue is going to be, do we mount it like that, which I definitely don't like, or we can cut that bar. I think that's the mod that I would do. So this bar has no real purpose other than maybe it's kind of a rear bumper, protects the tail light, but other than that, I mean, it's a hollow bar. Of course, the frame comes out. So I think if I just cut this bar off, we'll see if it fits up. And probably what I could do is cut it, basically shorten it. You can see between the tail light there is, you know, enough to get my fingers in there. So if I shorten it maybe an inch, maybe that'll do it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is shorten it. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna cut it off and leave it off, because that basket's gonna be in the way it'll provide the protection anyway. So as far as worrying about the tail light getting hit or whatever, it'll be protected by the basket. There we go. It ain't perfect, but it's off. Like I say, we'll decide if we're going to weld it back on once we see how this goes together. We pull this thing back now. Ah, there you go. It drops right into place. And that's how it should fit. And then this will mount down to the rack there, and that should be nice. As far as how much space we've got with those bars, we don't have a lot of space there, so I don't think it's worth trying to weld that back on. We'll keep it for the future if we decide to do some, if we have any issues or whatever. Worst case scenario, we can add a little bit on, whatever, and, you know, bring it out to where it mounts up. Alright folks, we were able to finish up getting this thing all mounted, and there is the final product. Now what I will say is mounting it was a little bit of a challenge. We had to really come up with our own way to mount it. The brackets and stuff they provided, some U-bolts, that really doesn't work for this platform. Now I'm going to say that whatever four-wheeler you put this on, probably 90% of the time you're going to have to come up with your own process to mount it, and that's pretty much what the instructions say as well. They don't really provide a simple mount it this way or that way. So what I did, there were some bolts that already went through this plastic rack and come through underneath the plastic here and mounted up. So what I did was I pulled those. They were 1-inch bolts. I pulled them out. I put in 2.5-inch. The other ones were metric. These are 1/4-inch bolts by 2.5 inches long. So I went ahead and put those all the way through. I put some fender washers on the top to give it more support. You can see that it does crush down the grate. It's not that strong, but in the end it feels pretty solid as you know, the old one. I did put my weight completely on the back and it holds. There is some flex, you know, you can see there's some flex in the plastic, but I think it's okay. I think those 4 bolts going all the way through are going to be plenty. However, if down the road I get to where I'm like, you know, that's kind of not holding up or whatever, or it's not supporting the weight I think it should, then plan B is that I will come under here, and you see here's the frame, and it comes out and we cut that tube off the end. What I will do is I will build a bracket that will mount to the frame and come out underneath the basket and just kind of connect the two together to provide a more solid mount. But I don't think that's going to be necessary. That's just plan B if down the road I think we need additional support or something. Overall, I mean, it's pretty sturdy, and that definitely will do the job. As far as the quality of this basket, you know, it's got a nice drop down tailgate, and what you can do, I just noticed, is you could put those pins in the tailgate, and that will hold the tailgate as well. If you had something a little bit bigger that you wanted to put in there, you could put those pins like that and hold the tailgate out. So hey, I'm real pleased with this. This is way better than that junky one we started with, and overall I think this is more than capable of doing whatever we want it to do, and it's definitely going to meet our needs. So now our four-wheeler is more of a utility four-wheeler, so that we can actually carry stuff. So that's the Kolpin, K-O-L-P-I-N, drop basket ATV rack. We're going to give it 2 thumbs up. Definitely happy with the quality. The fitment was perfect. Not a single issue with this thing. It went together simple. It was packed perfectly. 0 complaints. Like I say, if you buy one of these, you will probably have to come up with your own way to mount it to your particular four-wheeler, but I'm sure that, you know, is possible no matter what the four-wheeler. You'll just have to come up with the way to do it. I love that the basket cuts back here so that the seat easily comes off, because that's where your air filter and everything is. So when you're doing your maintenance, you got to pull that seat off. And if the basket, like the other one we tried, comes out and covers your seat, then you would literally have to take off the basket every time you got to do maintenance, and that's unsat. So whoever came up with this design, good job. Good job, Kolpin. Good product. And yeah, I think it's going to do the job. Well, folks, if you find this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up, ring that bell, do all that stuff. It's free. And follow our channel, subscribe. It's absolutely free, and that way you'll get these tips we hope are useful, and we'll just share whatever we're doing. As always, thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. God bless. Take care. We'll see y'all next one.